Alright, look. I'm trying to make this second video. Hopefully this one will be a lot quicker. Okay? Alright, we gotta talk about smoke bombs, bro. Look, they're just not. You're missing the mark on them, okay? Alright, look, let's go through this real fast. Hopefully I can finish this before this song finishes. Should be great, because song's 3 minutes. Alright, so look. Alright, whatever. Blah, 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 blah. Alright, look, this is a problem. Alright, first of all, this is the main problem. You're having this problem with smoke bombs that you had with fucking throwing fucking flash bombs. I mean, you have with detonating flash bombs like this. So when people do this, number one, you can throw this way too far away from you. You can throw this literally. The problem is people can throw this literally in front of their opponent in the perfect space because you can throw this within a 4-tile range from you. So you can literally just run up, throw this shit in a 4-tile range, and you instantly either force your opponent to move backwards, you either force them to, like, which also is like backpedal anyway. You force your opponent to move, try to do something in it. Which point, if they try to do anything in it, you can probably just throw something at them. This gives all the advantage to the person who throws a smoke bomb, pretty much in most cases, provided that they can do some form of CQC. It is obnoxious, and if they can't do some form of CQC, it still gives them basically the ability to set up perfectly, as they are the one with, like, I guess we'll say the most information in a sense. Because when you use this, what it means is, normally what it means is, you already have some indicator of where your opponent is, and then at that point, like, you kind of basically get a free turn of benefiting from the information of them not reacting to the smoke bomb. It's weird, but that's kind of how it works, okay? You put this clause cannot be deployed in close counters order, but whatever, it doesn't matter, because people can literally just throw this shit in front of them, and, like, it's so disgusting. It's basically a fucking 1 day of peace. Alright? A 1 day of peace. I we went through the 1 day of peace card, but I'll send it to you personally what 1 day of peace is. And that's all this card is. It's just nothing but spamming 1 day of peace. 1 day of peace is limited for a reason. Chicken Day is limited for a reason. Cards that literally say we both don't interact with each other and can just set up and do whatever the fuck we want for basically no cost. They're problematic. At least Kirigakure Mist is obnoxious as shit, and it obviously probably needs to be looked at and eventually in the future, because you did all this weird shit with hearing without addressing that card. But at least that card has a D-Drain. That is something you can say. It is not noticeable. It is a joke of a drain, especially with what that card does now and allows you to have the perfect setup on your opponent. Especially since now Kiri Mist also, it literally syncs up perfectly with the Kiri fucking execution thing, but we're gonna get into that. Anyway. Alright. Problematic. You need to deal with this. This needs a fucking GCD or something. And I mean a global cooldown where you cannot throw this every single turn that you want to throw in a fight. It is obnoxious. Alright. Now, the smoke bomb, blah, 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 projectile would immediately reveal the user is allowed to be targeted. Whatever, dude. If somebody throws projectile bullshit at you, you have to clash it anyway. So it doesn't fucking matter most of the time. You're going to literally be clashing it, and they're just going to be walking through still for free. And they're also probably not even going to initiate on you, by the way, just so you know. Because they're probably going to use this either for setup or just to get closer or whatever. Or to, like, stall out cooldowns. It's just disgusting. It's literally just stall. That's all this is. It's not used. There's no strategy with smoke bombs. It is stall. That is all this card. That is all this shit is used for. It's disgusting. And people are not using any of these special clauses, by the way. They're just running like 3 or 4 or 5 smoke bombs in their utility kit. If you're gonna make smoke bomb this obnoxious and this good, this shit needs to cost way more in your shinobi kit. There's no reason for the current smoke bomb to cost 1 shinobi kit slot. That means that with a max shinobi kit, I can run 22 of these things and just spam them every single turn. So I just do whatever the fuck I want to do and be annoying. It does not matter. Like, you cannot do that. Like, if it's going to be that good, if it's going to be that obnoxious, this shit needs to be something that when I outplay, if I survive my opponent doing this, there needs to be drawback to them. AKA, they don't have the shinobi kit to be able to do random other shit in their things. They can't do this and then have an explosive tag Kwarami with like 10 tags or whatever. This shit is not okay at one slot. Smoke bombs should be like 5 slots or something. Like, the amount of people who like have like 4, 5, 6 in their fucking shinobi kit just because it's brain dead and you can just spam it all fight. And then the only reason you ever add more is because it's like, oh, I didn't add enough, that's fine. I guess I'll add 7 this time instead of 8. Like, what? No, this is so disgusting. If you don't want to add a GCD, make this shit cost way fucking more of your Shinobi kit. Like, it needs to be like 5 or like 6 or something. It's unholy disgusting. Alright? Alright, let's move on. 7 tile area. First of all, this thing needs to fucking have this doesn't have a height. It needs to have a height. Okay? It needs to have a height. It needs to have a height. Because anybody can just jump in the smoke and then never ever be heard. And by the way, because hearing now is only 4 tiles, you won't hear the person in the smoke bomb until they're literally on your fucking face. And then you're gonna be in trouble anyway. Like, what? Like, it's literally the perfect cover to just run up to CQC somebody to kill them. Like, the only counter to this is, like, massive AoE waves, which, by the way, if they initiate with massive AoE waves, you get the ability to be a reactive fucking person in that situation, and get to choose how you want to deal with it, which is way better for you anyway. What the fuck do you care? The second thing is, alright, if they fucking use a futon technique, again, it doesn't matter, because guess what? You still, for the umpteenth time, you get to be the reactive person to do whatever you want to play perfectly against it. It doesn't even, there's literally... I need you to understand this. There's literally no drawback in any situation, ever, to throwing a smoke bomb. Unless the person has a better setup than you have. There's literally 0 drawback. That is a problem. That is a problem. They throw a smoke bomb, if the other person starts casting Kage Bunishins or whatever in the smoke, and you don't have Kage Bunishins or have some kind of setup shit, that is the only time this shit is ever a double-edged sword. That is not okay. That is not okay. It is disgusting. Brain dead disgusting. Brain dead fucking abused by everyone. And it is literally only 1 slot. I don't know why. Anyway, moving on. Again, constraints just means Waboku. 1 day apiece. We both hit and don't interact with each other. Cool. By the way, this is way too big. I don't know why this thing is so big as it is. Anyway, prevent characters from talking to each other, but they still clash. Yeah, we know this. Whatever. Just stalling the fight out. Just spamming, stalling, whatever, perfect setup, and whatever you want to call it. Smell and chakra sensing, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, sure, people actually had sensing. Not everybody does, alright? Hearing abilities granted by hearing perks allow you to talk to smoke if those can be heard within hearing range. Again, hearing range is obnoxious. 4 tiles, 8 tiles. Bro, they can fucking throw smoke away from you and still you not be in hearing range for this shit. This is abysmal. It's truly abysmal. These tiles are way too fucking slow, like, way too... Like, what kept this balanced before was it was kept in check by this other stuff. What you have a problem here is this League thing, League of Legends thing, it's I'm gonna give you a simple... okay, so Gnosis is kept in check. This is a good way of understanding it. Gnosis is kept in check by lane bullies like Renekton and Darius. If Gnosis is beating every lane bully like Renekton and Darius 100% of the time, and never being pressured for CS, then guess what that means? It means that Gnosis is a disgustingly OP broken champion that needs nerfs. So, this shit was the Gnosis, the Waboku, the stalling, the scaling, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Hearing before was the fucking Darius, the fucking Renekton, the shit that actually gave you counterplay against it. And yes, it was very, very strong and very, very OP, very, very good versus this. However, it came with its drawbacks. But not only that, though, you can still play with smoke bombs versus this. What you've effectively done is nerf the lane bullies, nerf the people that actually kept this shit in check, and just let this shit run buck wild. This is not okay. This is literally your meta now. It's just smoke bomb spamming. Everybody has smoke bombs. And not just one, like multiple. Like probably like 5, 6, doesn't matter. Anyway, it does matter, by the way. It shouldn't be 1 slot. Okay, Byakugan, blah, 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 egg utilizing this, Vertex Village, whatever. No one gives a shit about this because none of this ever is relevant. Techniques with an area of effect larger than the smoke bomb or itself are unobstructed. Again, none of this matters because you made this thing fucking like 7-tile area. So if you're casting something that's bigger than a 7-tile area, more than likely, brother, you casted something that was a pretty huge drain, or at least C or B drain. Most techniques don't fucking like just hit this whole area like that, all right, without being costly or having some kind of weird effect that somebody could just clash reactively and will be like, well, I paid a smoke bomb, you paid C, B drain, I paid D, whatever. That's an effective trade for me. I don't care, and that's only because you paid 1 core slot. And you still smoke still works unless you cast something that actually gets rid of it. Anyway. This jump thing, no one ever uses it, by the way. It's really disgusting. But smoke bombs are already so broken it doesn't even fucking matter. This shit just misses the mark. I mean, I don't even have anything to talk about the jump thing. No, I've never seen anyone use this. Like, it's just, and it's also very, very obnoxiously weird because anybody can just jump out of the smoke and then fucking attack, and I don't know what the purpose of this is. But this shit is just, there's a lot of problems with smoke bombs. Currently, let me give you a TLDR real fast. Number one, doesn't, the core slot usage for it is a fucking joke. Number two, needs a fucking global cooldown because people are spamming it every single turn. Number three, it's not being used stealthily or being used for like any type of like cool technique or whatever. It's literally just being used to just like stall out the game. Like, that's all it is. Like, stall out the game, or either just use advantage to game, like to make ultimate setup to yourself or whatever. Like, or just like walk safely into CQC without any interaction. Like, it's truly broken. I could be abusing the fuck out of this thing, like really hard. But I don't like to abuse things like this that I know that just need to be fucking gutted in the first place. And this needs to be gutted. Okay? It just needs to be gutted. Especially now that hearing it fucking sucks a dick versus it. That's all there is to it. Okay? Alright, video over. Holy fucking shit. I don't even know like why this is whatever. Video over.